Hey, everybody, it's John. And for the last time, your Indian Cine-MANIAC back with another 10-ish-minute review. What I mean by last time, as I announced on the last video, I'm starting a new channel, and it's called John Talks Indian Cinema. So be prepared for the new channel. Very excited about it, and I'm looking forward to the engagement with you guys. But I want to keep this one more movie on the old channel. And this was a viewer choice from actually a while ago. And when I saw the trailer for it, I wanted to see it, but it wasn't available to stream. Well, it just became available. And the excuse me, and the reason why the person who recommended this, and I think it was Cully. I'm not 100% sure, but I think who it was, who's a huge Sunny Deol fan. And he recommended a film called Chup with Sunny Deol, which I thought was pretty good. Not great, but I thought it was pretty good. So I wanted to watch the second choice he had, which was the 2019 film Blank. Blank. And it was directed by Behzad Khambata. And it stars Sunny Deol, who I think the only thing I've seen him in is Chup. Karan Kapadia, who this was his first film, and I thought he was actually very good in this. Karanveer Sharma, who I haven't seen in anything, and Ishita Dutta, who was in both Drishyam 1 and 2, some of my favorite Indian films, by the way. So that was who in it. Now, this, okay, so this film is about a terrorist plot, or that's how it starts off. Now, there are some twists in this movie. So I guess I should say spoilers, even though it's a 5-year-old film. But there are going to be spoilers. Okay. So the story is a simple one. There is a bomb plot in, I think, Mumbai or all around India. 25 bombs are going to go off. It's a plan. Now it starts off with a scene with Karan, and his character's name is what is it? Haif? I think it's Haif. I should know this. I got to look this up while I'm talking. I think his character's name is Haif. So they show him in the middle of this arid. I don't know if it. I don't know if it's a desert or I think actually it's a salt flat or something like we have in Utah. That could be what it is. And he's handcuffed and his feet have zip ties around him. And he's in the middle of this, and then it pulls away, and you see a couple of cars, including Sunny Deol. Hanif is his name, his character's name. And there's a guy with a, looks like an M16. I'm not sure what the gun is, pointed at him. And he's like, okay, are you ready? And Sunny Deol says, lock and load. Chief Dewan is his name. Lock and load. So he racks a bullet. Now he's doing a countdown. Now he gets a couple of phone calls. Now it cuts. Now it flashbacks to his character, Hanif, getting the plot ready. So all the bombers are going out, and they do a little intro of I think it's like 6 bombers that they show. And now he is walking across the street with a backpack. He gets something to drink. Then he gets a cigarette. Then he gets smashed by a car or truck. They rush him to the hospital. They rip open his shirt. He has a bomb on his chest, almost embedded in his chest with with the probes. And he's got no memory of why he has that. He has a concussion. They bring the cops in, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. So the plot is, can they stop the terrorist bombing plot before he regains consciousness or he remembers everything? Okay. So he can't carry out the plot, because what it ends up is this device is the trigger for all 24 bombs. He dies. They remove it. The bombs are triggered. That's the story. Now, within this story, there's some side plots. And by the way, it's a very tight, short film. which I liked. If you're going to do a movie like this, it shouldn't be 3 hours because you'll never keep the suspense up. It reminded me a little bit of A Wednesday, which I really, really liked. It did remind me of that a little bit. So now there's a back and forth. They interrogate him. They try to beat him up. He can't remember anything. So they're going to move him somewhere, and then they go back to the salt flats, and his terrorist brethren get him out of there. They kill all the cops except for Sunny Deol, and now there's a big chase, a good chase too. The some of the action scenes were pretty good in this. Oh, by the way, when he escapes from the hospital, he does a little John Wick, right? So he doesn't remember anything. Actually, John Wick probably Jason Bourne is probably more accurate. All of a sudden, his training comes in, and he's kicking everybody's ass, and he's beating them up when they're on the ground. It's a pretty good scene actually. They end up getting him, and okay, so now we go back to the salt flats. So he gets freed right before he's going to get shot. All right. And so that's a big chase scene. So now the terrorists have him, and they don't believe that he doesn't remember what he's doing. So they do some stuff with him. Now he gets his memory back. He even calls Sunny Deol's character and kind of eggs him on a little bit. Okay. Now there's a side plot with the son that I'm like, why is this even here? Other than some kind of connection between Sunny Deol's character and his character Hanif. The kid was on drugs, and it was a whole thing, but it was kind of I thought it was kind of useless. Anyway, so he calls him, asks him how his son is, and kind of eggs him on a little bit. So it's going to continue. Now, there's another scene where Hanif has to kill somebody who knows too much. So now he's been in hiding, right? Well, now he gets out. The terrorist that had him, he breaks out of that too. Okay, so that's kind of convoluted. So he escapes. He goes to kill someone who knows too much, and that's when the cops show up. Now they recapture him. Now he's in a cell. Now the cops figure out, and there's a couple of cops. Rohit is one, and then there's a woman. Her character's name is Husna. So she goes to Hanif's apartment, and someone else goes to another location. Now they figure out the bomb plot. There's going to be 25 bombs on trains, 25 trains. They're going to blow them up simultaneously. That's the plot. And he's the trigger. So that leads to the girl calling Sunny Deol's character and saying, don't kill him. It'll trigger all the bombs. And that's right before the bad guys show up, make them escape. Okay, so it jumps back and forth. It's not linear time-wise. Okay, so now Sunny Deol's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And he comes back to the jail, and Hanif's character's gone. And he goes, where is he? Where is he? And he's told that a female cop came to get her. So now you go back to Hanif and his sister, who was the female cop. Okay. And now they do this kind of MacGuffin. I call it a MacGuffin, but it's a misdirect. They show the original bombers from the beginning where the scene was aborted, like 6 or 7 of them. They show them individually. Okay. So as Hanif is starting to arm the bomb, they get a message that's saying it's armed. Now all of a sudden you start hearing beeps within the train car where they're all sitting. Well, there's 24 of the 25 suicide bombers are in one car. So this whole thing was a setup. It was revenge. And within the show, they show what happens to his father and why him and his sister, the cop, want to kill all these suicide bombers to get back at the terrorists, so and so. Which I thought was kind of an interesting twist, out of left field. It's not like they set it up in any way, especially the girl cop, because she was doing good things, not bad things. So I didn't exactly buy that. So that was kind of, I don't know. But I like the fact that the one car blew up and they all of a sudden realized that we're all in the same car together, and then he blows it up. And he gets away and calls Sunny Deol again and kind of explains the plan, just like Wednesday. That's why I said very similar. And he goes, "You think what you did was right?" And he goes, "I did it, out of revenge." Well, it ends up his father somehow was calling Sunny Deol in the flashback. Sunny Deol didn't answer the phone because his wife was giving birth. So Sunny Deol thought it was revenge against him, but it wasn't. It was a revenge against the guy who killed his father, who Hanif ended up working for. Now, if you're confused by my explanation, you can imagine watching it was a little confusing too. But there was a scene where it was in like a bunker almost. And it was really well done because it was dark. It's only flash lit and bullets are going all over the place, right? And Sunny Deol's badass, just like he was in Chup. He ends up confronting the head terrorist, who's really not a terrorist. He's a guy that's just looking for money, using terrorism to get the money. And they're sitting there talking. And it's a good scene. And the guy's cocky because what's he going to do? He's going to arrest me. I'm going to get away, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden, Sunny Deol picks up the gun, shoots him right through the head. I was not expecting that. I wasn't. So in the end, it ended up a revenge movie about Hanif's well thought out plan to kill all these suicide bombers and kill this terrorist faction. That was the story. So I'm going to give the story, I'm going to give it a 3 because, again, it did remind me of A Wednesday. And the twist I felt was a little, I don't know, it just seemed too out there for me. But I will give it a 3 because it did keep my interest. The performances. I thought the performances were actually pretty good. I mean, Sunny Deol, I don't know him. I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff, but he's an older guy. But he was pretty badass, right? He's got the sunglasses like all those actors wear. And he was good. He was good in it. He played a very similar character in Chuck. I thought the kid Hanif was I thought he was really good. He played the even though it was part of his plot, he played the role after he got hit by the car really, really well. And the action scenes that he did, he was pretty impressive. I have to say. So I think this was his first film. I'm interested to see what he does. Everyone else I thought was pretty good. Nothing spectacular. But I think in a movie like this, just like On Wednesday, it's the two leads that really carry this film. And that was Sunny Deol. And I want to, what's the actor's name again? Karan Kapadia. I thought they were really good. So I'm going to give the performances a 4. And I think it deserves a 4. And the music, the thing about the music in a film like this, and again, I've been saying this about a lot of films lately, there was no big musical numbers, that happened for no apparent reason, which I'm not against. Okay, I appreciate those. I've gotten to love them. But in a movie like this, it just wouldn't be right. But I thought the incidental music was excellent. And I thought it added to the tension of the ticking clock. How are they going to solve this? Him running around the action scene. So I really enjoyed the incidental music. So I'm going to give the music a 4. So I got a 3, a 4, and a 4. Overall, I guess I have to, based on my average scores, I'm going to give the movie a 4. And I think if you go into it for exactly what it was, it's a tight, short in length, action, little psychological thriller maybe, that keeps you guessing till the end. And this movie did keep me guessing, especially with the twist. I didn't see that. I think you'll like this film. It's not, it's not going to change the world, but I think it's I call this a summer flick, right? If you got an hour and 50 minutes, I think that's what it was. Take a look at this film. If you like Sunny Deol, I think you'll like this. And the new guy there, Karan Kapadia, I think he was really good in this. I don't know what he's done since then. I hope he's done something, but I thought he was good. So I enjoyed this flick. So thanks for recommending this, whoever that big Sunny Deol fan is out there. And just to give you a heads up, I'm gonna put a link to the channel, even though the new channel, the look of it isn't completely done. Okay. But I do want you to see the next video that I'm going to review, which is let me give you a little explanation before I tell you this. This was not a recommendation, but I've become a big Fahad Fasil Fafa. I've become a big fan of his. His performances are really different. every performance is different. So something came up on my queue a while ago, and after watching Avisham, which I freaking loved, the first film I'm going to review on John Talks Indian Cinema is 2023's Pachavam Abutha Vilakam, starring Fafa. So that's going to be the first one. Actually, it's going to be the second one because the first one's going to be an introduction to the channel for people who don't know what I do and haven't been on this channel. It's going to be a little introduction and an explanation, but that will be the first film I am going to review on John Talks Indian Cinema. But for this, I do want to say, if you don't follow me over to the new channel, how much fun this whole thing has been, completely unexpected. And I appreciate the support. You guys have been loyal. You've subscribed. You comment all the time, which I absolutely love. And again, my fingers crossed and my prayers. Please come to the new channel. I really want to make that something, a lot of similar stuff, but something different. And your support can really help that. But it's been a great couple of years, and I hope you continue with me on the new channel. So thanks. And Ralph, thank you for bringing me on a long time ago during COVID to even allow this thing to happen. What a wild ride it has been. So that's it, everybody. Thanks again for watching. We hope you see you on the new channel. Until then, we'll talk to you soon with another 10-ish minute review on John Talks Indian Cinema. Thanks for watching, everybody.